Singapore and Australia suspended operations of all Boeing 737 MAX aircraft in and out of their airports, and Indonesia and China grounded their fleets of the U.S. plane maker's latest model after it suffered a second fatal crash in less than 5 months. Australia's Civil Aviation Authority said the suspension is temporary while it awaits more information. On Sunday, a Ethiopian Airlines passenger jet crashed, killing all 157 people aboard. Passengers from 35 nations were on board the flight, including 39-year-old Michael Ryan, a married father of 2 from County Clare, who worked with the UN's World Food Programme. Yesterday, the United States stressed it was safe to fly the planes. But Singapore and Australia's aviation authorities, following China, Indonesia and others, said temporary suspension of Boeing 737 MAX aircraft in and out of their airports was necessary during a safety review. A statement issued by Singapore's Civil Aviation Authority, CAAS, showed question marks hanging over the aircraft after the crash disaster could not be dispelled so fast. During the temporary suspension, CAAS will gather more information and review the safety risk associated with the continued operation of the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft into and out of Singapore, the aviation regulator said in a statement. It is the first major regulator to order such an action, but the anxiety was also evident among air travelers, who tried to find out from social media whether they were booked to fly on 737 MAX planes, the same model involved in the Lion Air crash off Indonesia that killed 189 people in October. There has been no information yet to link the Lion Air and Ethiopian Airlines incidents. Investigators in Ethiopia found 2 black box recorders that will provide information about what happened before the plane plunged into farmland minutes after takeoff from Addis Ababa. So long as the recordings are undamaged, the cause of the crash could be identified quickly, although it typically takes a year to complete an investigation. Read more. He wanted to save the world, says plane crash victim's mother. Boeing 737 MAX safety record questioned after 2 tragedies. Divers deployed in effort to find crashed Indonesian airliner. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, issued a continued airworthiness notification for the 737 MAX late yesterday to assure operators, and detailed a series of design changes mandated by Boeing. Boeing issued a statement as well, saying it had been working with the FAA in the aftermath of a Lion Air crash to develop enhancements to flight control software that will be deployed across the 737 MAX fleet in coming weeks. The improvements include updates to the maneuvering characteristics augmentation system, pilot displays, operation manuals and crew training. Democratic U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein urged the FAA to ground Boeing's 737 MAX 8 fleet until the cause of the crash is known and it's clear that similar risks aren't present in the domestic fleet. I believe all Boeing 737 MAX 8 series aircraft operating in the United States should be temporarily grounded, Senator Feinstein wrote. The new MAX 8 variant of the 737, the world's best-selling modern passenger aircraft, has bigger engines designed to use less fuel. Ethiopian Airlines, which has 4 other 737 MAX 8 jets, said it was grounding them as a precaution. Gol in Brazil temporarily suspended MAX 8 flights, as did Argentina's state airline Aerolíneas Argentinas and Mexico's Aeromexico. South Korean budget carrier EstarJet said it will temporarily ground its 2 737 MAX 8s from tomorrow to cooperate with the government's emergency safety inspections. Singapore Airlines, whose Silk Air brand operates 6 Boeing 737 MAX aircraft, said it has temporarily withdrawn its fleet and would re-accommodate affected customers. Other airlines that operate Boeing 737 MAX aircraft to Singapore, China Southern Airlines, Garuda Indonesia, Shandong Airlines and Thai Lion Air, are also affected. China ordered its airlines to suspend the use of their 737 MAX 8 jets. The country's aviation regulator said it would notify airlines when they could resume flying the jets. After contacting Boeing and the FAA, India's regulator ordered additional maintenance checks on 737 MAX 8 aircraft operating in the country and said a review found no significant concern. Vietnam state media reported the aviation regulator would not issue licenses to local airlines to operate the 737 MAX until the cause of the Ethiopian crash is determined. Still, major airlines from North America to the Middle East kept flying the 737 MAX, though Canadian Transport Minister Marc Garneau said he would not hesitate to take action once the cause of the crash is known. Southwest Airlines Company, which operates the largest fleet of 737 MAX 8s, said it remained confident in the safety of all its Boeing planes, even as it fielded queries from customers.